The Soviet Union fell in 1991, when Mikhail Gorbachev tried to reform the Soviet Union and give more freedom with two reforms: Glasnost, that opened the country, and Prestokia, that tried to reconstruct the government. These ideas get out of control and the Soviet Union started to fall apart.
The USSR, after World War II, agreed in the reconstruction of Germany and gave freedom. The Cold War is the name given to the relationship that developed primarily between the USA and the USSR after World War II. The Cold War was to denominate international affairs for decades, and many major crises occurred: the Cuban Missile Crisis, Vietnam, Hungary, and the Berlin Wall being just some. For many, the growth of weapons of mass destruction was the most worrying issue.
War of Vietnam. The USSR supported the north of Vietnam. They gave them weapons and money to fight against the south, which was supported by the US. Finally, the north of Vietnam, which was supported by the USSR, won the war. War of Korea. The USSR supported the north of Korea, that tried to unify Korea, but the south resisted with the support of the US, and the country stayed divided. War of Afghanistan. Soviet Union tried to take Afghanistan, but after 10 years, they failed to the resistance and all the troops went home.
The term Cold in Cold War is used because there was no big battle between both sides. Instead, they were proxy wars. The Soviet Union created the first major international crisis called Berlin Blockade. Germany wanted to create their own currency called Deutsche Mark to prevent another hyperinflation. The Soviet Union got angry and they took Germany's move as a threat, so they blocked the passage of the three western zones and Western Berlin, where the new currency was distributed. This stopped the spread of this new currency. The US and Britain made an airlift to aid the people from the other side of the blockade.
Russia transformed to USSR in 1922. The USSR was a Marxist-Leninist state that was ruled by the Communist Party. The USSR, after World War II, agreed in the reconstruction of Germany and gave freedom, but in the Potsdam Conference, the USSR denied the Yalta Conference and controlled all the Western countries, including Germany. USA tried to reconstruct Germany from the war, but the part that the USSR was destroyed, and they don't try to recover the cities and the community of Germany. USSR was the main power of the communist countries, and the power against USA because of the different ideologies. The USSR was against capitalism and they based the economy and the society in communist. The USSR created the Soviet bloc to protect themselves of a possible war against the United States.